Hi, welcome everybody back to our channel. Today we have a little bit of a different video for you. Instead of going out and doing something crazy or, just doing our normal adventures, we decided to sit down with you and we wanted to give you a explanation of how we came to rescue two horses while we were on a cruise ship and how we came up with the name Breeze and Slots. Right? So, as you know, if you watched our previous video, if you haven't, go back to our channel and select the Freedom Ride, and you will see the two horses that we rescued, which were Lot 888 and 888B, which was a mama horse, and a baby horse. And we did this while we were on the cruise ship, and so we worked with them with really spotty internet. We ended up getting them, and as soon as we got back home, we jumped in a truck, went and borrowed. I jumped in the truck, went and borrowed a trailer, grabbed them, brought them to our client's ranch, and they're taking care of them for us. But we thought, we've told this story to a couple people, and everybody's like, that's such an interesting story. So we actually didn't plan on getting horses till next year.
No, we were going to wait until next year to get horses. But so happens that I guess he was looking on Facebook and he came across a horse. And I want to say it was lot
887.
887. And this horse actually had a heart shape on her head, and she was so adorable. She's a baby horse. And unfortunately, when we're talking, I was like, we just don't have the income to do it right now. We need to wait. If we had the money right now, we could do it. And I'm in the casino. And were you in the room or were you in the casino?
I was showing you the horse on the picture.
Right, but you walked off.
But you were like, where would we come up with the money?
Right.
For 887.
Right.
And I was like, well, I can come up with the money for the horse. And I said, but let's reach out to some of our clients that have ranches and
Right.
see if
it was a possible.
if somebody could just house the horses for us, or the horse, because we just wanted to. There was a baby. It was 887 and 887B.
Right.
And I know, they were of weaning age, so we just wanted the baby because we're not a rescue. We're not trying to rescue the horses by any means. For just to live out on property. We actually want horses that we can trailer and go ride and go to events and do trail rides and just maybe go to a state park one weekend, just us two, and just ride for a couple hours and then come home.
Eventually we would love to.
Yeah, if we had unlimited income, or we didn't have jobs, and
Yeah.
we could do a rescue, but just meaning in this purpose now.
Right.
So I was like, well, let me start reaching out to our clients and find out who has horses we could probably, and we're willing to pay, right? We weren't just asking for free.
Right. We're gonna board.
Spot,
We're
yeah.
gonna ask them if we can board them there.
Because if
pay.
if you board like here locally where we live at, the cheapest is about $350 for full care, and because I travel for work, like we don't always have the opportunity to go every day.
Exactly.
To feed and all that stuff. So we're willing to pay, but $350 for a horse, it's just a lot. That's a car payment. And so we're willing to trade services. So, we own a farrier business and we do all kinds of other things. So we're like, what can we do to trade services and pay a little bit on, extra? We were just kind of coming up with all kinds of just ideas of what we could do.
Somehow, some way to rescue this horse.
Yeah. Well, I reached out to, one of our clients, and, they immediately offered a spot for us. And they actually didn't want any money. So obviously we'll, do what we can around their ranch to just help them, even though they're not asking for it by any means.
Yeah.
We'll see what we can do to help them. And then I said, well, you don't even have to pay rent. I wanted to rent the trailer. They didn't want us to rent the trailer. You can just take the trailer. I'm like, God, thank you so much. Like, this is working out, like.
They've been really awesome.
Yeah. So I commented on Facebook and I was like, we'll rescue the baby. And like immediately got hammered by all the rescue people that, we're just rescuing the baby. But, at that time, we don't really have the. I mean, I don't want to say we don't have the means to not rescue more horses, but it was not really our wheelhouse right now. And we really want very young horses where we can train, so we don't have bad habits in them, you know, and like the dogs that are running around right now. And so anyway, you know, so that's what happens when you have a house full of 5 dogs.
Yeah, 5 dogs.
Yeah, there's no stopping the barking.
We rescue everybody.
Yeah, so, you know, so we're doing this, you know, we immediately get ridiculed. Mila, come here. You want to be on camera? You want to be on camera? Then be quiet. All right, so we get... You guys done? Come here.
Did you stop it?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway.
Anyway, so Mila, you gotta quit that. She's messing me up. She's messing me up on purpose.
Mila, what are you working at? Hush.
Is that not how the story goes?
Okay.
So anyway, so we decide, okay, we can do this. Okay. The one day you guys want to play together. Everybody else, I'm just gonna put that.
Hold that.
No, outside. You guys are in a box.
Everybody, out.
Out. You're the biggest one causing
Go.
issues.
Outside. Go. Out.
Go.
I don't think you should cut out most of it. I think some of it, yes, but not all of that. I think that's pretty funny.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So anyway,
take 55.
take 55. All right. So here we got lot 887, horse with a heart on its forehead, and we're pretty excited.
Yeah.
I'm talking
really
back and forth with them, you know, and they're like, you know, just you got to pay the bail money when you're talking about kill pens. They don't call it adoption fees. They don't really. I mean, honestly, they don't care where the horses go. In a sense, you got to pay the bail on them, and you go pick them up. And every day that they're there, you pay an extra fee for them housing them until you get them. So I messaged them one last time and said, hey, I'm about to send the bail money, which was $575, for the baby horse.
For 887.
For 887B, the baby.
Yeah.
And, actually back up. I was going to send the bail money for both because remember...
Oh, yeah, because the client told us go ahead and get both mama and...
They wanted us to rescue both, the mama and the baby. So you can't say no to that because they're like
just
offering a free spot, you know? I'm like,
just do it.
Just do it. So when I sent that message, they responded back, well, 887 and 887B have just been paid for by somebody else. They are no longer available. And I just responded back, well, that's great for the horses, you know, crappy for us.
Right.
And then they responded back and said, well, lot 888 and 888B, similar situation, mama possibly pregnant, and don't do that.
She's gonna poop.
Okay, well, let her go there. I mean,
sorry. Go ahead.
And 88B are available. And I was like, okay. And I was like, well, I know Priscilla was kind of like saying yes because, you know, the heart had a heart shape on its forehead. And so I was like, I know she wanted that horse. And, you know, it was actually really cool.
Yeah. It's a beautiful horse.
So I'm in the room at this time when this is all going down. So I walk back to the casino and I'm like, hey, I showed her the message. Hey, 887 has just been paid for. She's like, oh, and I was like, well, 888 is, you know, in a similar situation and they need rescue. So I showed her the horse. I'm like, it's actually a really cute 10-month-old colt. And I was like, super cute horse. Doesn't have a heart on his forehead, but it's super cute, you know? And so...
I think you walked off at the time.
Yeah, I walked off and I was talking back and forth with them and I was trying to like learning a little bit about the horses and looking at pictures and all that kind of stuff. And I go back downstairs and Priscilla's like flashes this wad of cash at me. And she's like, when you walked off, I hit a jackpot. She goes, I hit the game has where you can hit times a certain amount of numbers.
Can I explain?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm playing this game. I'm not quite sure the name of it. I just know 888 was on there, and it kind of goes to where it has like babies. So it starts with times 8, times 18, times 88, times 888, 888. And so I end up hitting a special feature, and on that feature, it's kind of like the hold and spin. And so it pops up the coins with an amount of money on them, and I'm playing 2 set denominator, and you know, these coins are popping up left and right, and I really wish I had my phone with me at the time. I left it in the room. It was charging, I think. And so I'm there, and I'm sitting there, and I want to say I had them all filled up except for one spot. And so I'm there, and then there's a big wheel, and on the wheel it has times 8, times 18, times 88, times 888, but it also has 2, 5, and I think 7, I'm not sure. But those get taken out during that special feature, special bonus. So I only had the 8s in there left. I ended up hitting times 88, and I was like, oh my gosh, I just hit times 88. But what I didn't realize is that it had a nudge feature. That nudge feature popped down, and it went to times 888, so 888. And I ended up hitting a jackpot of $1,600, $1,600 and something. I was sitting there was nobody around me. I think one guy was like one space over, and I was just sitting there like, did this just happen? Like, what the heck just happened? Like, oh my gosh. And nobody was around to celebrate with me, so I was just still in awe. And so I'm sitting there, they come over, you know, they give me my hand pay and everything, I sign my papers, whatever. And I'm just like, where is Anthony? Oh my gosh, where did he go? Like, I want to show him this, you know? And at this time, I didn't know the lot was 888. I didn't know it was 888 at all. It wasn't until he came back and he told me he worked out a deal for, you know, that lot 888. And I was like, I just want to go ahead and get the horses. I just got the hand pay to get them. And he was like, what? Are you kidding me? And I was like, no. And then
I don't think at this point we even really did a correlation.
I don't even think we realized that the game and the lot was the same. Yeah. It wasn't until like, I guess after like we paid or whatever, it was like as we started getting everything situated, Anthony was like, I just realized you hit 888 and the lot was 888 A and B, right?
Yeah. I'm like,
we're like, what?
Like, honestly, like, we had a horrible time gambling the first night.
It was bad.
And it wasn't really until we started talking about rescuing these horses where everything just kind of turned around on us. Because as soon as you won that $1,600... You
won $600, right?
Yeah, and we're like, now we have the money to rescue them. And she took out of her $1,600, she gave me a $100 bill because I spent a little bit too much money the first night. So I was done gambling for the next 4 days.
He was
on
in the doghouse.
Yeah. So I put that $100 in, and I end up hitting $500 on that machine. And then I went to the machine behind that you did really well the last cruise, and I played it down a little bit, but then I ended up hitting up to $600, and that's when I cashed out.
Right.
And so I just thought maybe, you know, God kind of worked in mysterious ways on this. He's like, you know, these 2 horses need you guys. And, you know, we've been doing the farrier work. We're really comfortable around horses. We've had horses. I've had a horse when I was 10 years old. Just, it's something that is always, you know, it's always going to be part of our lives. One way or another, you know, we're going to end up selling our house, moving to a ranch. I mean, there's a lot of these plans that are coming up, you know, and maybe being expedited, hopefully, you know, in our just wants now as we get older. But I just thought at that moment, she hit a jackpot, which really wasn't a very lot of money. I mean, it wasn't a lot at all.
No, it wasn't a lot.
But when you times it by 888, it becomes $1,600. Okay? And then I win $600 immediately after that on a $100 bill. You know, it wasn't until that point where we decided prior to the jackpots that we won money, because we weren't really winning crap.
Yeah, we weren't winning anything, and it wasn't until we're like, okay, we're gonna go ahead and rescue horses, and
even
then all
though
of a sudden we're like, bam. I was like, what?
Even though we had no plan to do it, and you know, and then to get our clients help us for free, you know, it's like, okay, this
that's just crazy within itself. Like,
kind of worked out. And then I think the funnier part is, like a few days later, I'm playing a casino game on my phone, and it was the same game, 888, but it was on my phone. It was on one of those free like apps or whatever. And I just thought that was hilarious, that I'm like, oh my God, like all these, I've never seen a game 888 ever.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it's like 888 is like a new thing.
It kept popping up.
So that's, I mean, if you don't believe in any higher power or mysterious signs or anything like that, I mean, then this was just super coincidental, right? I mean, but I believe that God has it in his intentions for, you know, everything to happen a certain way. And we certainly have wanted horses, because the last horse we had, Batman, we didn't ride him. And the first time I tried to get on him, he took off like a bat out of hell, you know? So I think we were all kind of like a little bit nervous to ride him anyway. But I think now...
He was an older horse too.
He wasn't old, he was like 8 years old.
Was he?
Yeah, he was young. But now I think we have more intentions to want to go ride and have horses that are rideable instead of pasture horses. And so maybe when we have property, you know, pasture horses will be okay. And we could do a couple rescues, no big deal. But at this point, when you're stabling them or you're keeping them like we are, we have to have horses that benefit us in some form or fashion. So I think that the 10-month-old colt will be that for one of us. And then the mama is super sweet, and I can't wait till she has her baby, because I'm almost positive she's broke to ride. And
that's another thing we failed to mention.
What?
We got 3 for 2.
Well, yeah, and I said earlier, I think they think she's pregnant, and so we're waiting on the vet to come out and assess her and palpate, whatever the word is.
PayPal.
No, not PayPal. You don't PayPal a horse.
Oh, what are you trying to say? It sounds like you're trying to say, but...
That's where they stick their hand down inside of them. Gotcha. That's not PayPal. Yeah. Palpate. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, assess her if she's pregnant or not. And the people that are helping with our horses right now are actually going to take the baby.
Yes.
And so we will still only have 2 horses at that point, which is perfectly fine. We are happy to give them our horse. You know, they'll raise that horse up, and it'll end up a pet, like probably like in their house with them now. They're just animal people like us. So anyway, so then that's kind of the crazy story of how we ended up with 2 horses, got on a cruise ship, and 24 hours later, we paid for 2 horses, not even had an idea we were going to do that. So then we came up, I said, well, Priscilla, come up with the names. And so this is kind of how you came up with the names.
Yeah, because we were on the Carnival Breeze, whatever.
That's the ship name.
That's the ship name. So it was like Breeze for the mama, and I was playing the slot machine, so slots for the baby boy. Oh. Yeah, so Breeze and Slots.
Breeze and Slots. So there you go. We named them after a Carnival cruise ship and what we were doing to earn the money for them. And that's the long-awaited answer of how they got their names. Because when we got them, we don't know what their names were. The horses, pretty sure that Breeze was a broodmare for a racetrack or a race, a breeder. No telling how many babies she's had, but she's not tattooed as a racehorse. She is a thoroughbred, so we're not really sure about her papers or anything. They were burned up. There was a big fire, and they were burned up in that fire. And so we are assuming that Slots was going to be used for racing. He has beautiful long legs.
Beautiful long
Yeah,
legs.
he would have been a good racehorse. But now he gets to live his enjoyment as a pleasure horse. And maybe one day we'll try taking him to one of the local places to learn how to go around a little course with him or something. Who knows? Who knows what the future holds for us with him?
Who knows with us?
Yeah, with us. Next week we could own more racehorses.
Yeah.
I don't know, who knows? But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, we're excited for them, and we have a couple more videos coming up. So look at our channel, please like and subscribe and be notified on any further videos. Guys, we're really trying to make it to where YouTube can help us rescue more horses or get veterans on horses or help the homeless during the holidays.
Really big.
Yeah, so we're trying to utilize our YouTube channel to monetize and bring awareness to all that. And we can only do that with subscriptions to the channel, likes on their videos, and views. So please, again, like, subscribe, notify of our videos. We promise we will keep you entertained. Like having YouTube videos with dogs walking in the background like cats. Okay?
On the back of our couch.
On the back of our couch. So anyway, all right, guys, till next time.